Okay, this is TPI's or Titleist Performance Institute's glute bridge or hip extension test. What we're testing for here is your motor control or ability to get into hip extension and control a neutral pelvis, and which muscles are being used to make that happen. Are they compensatory muscles that cause kind of chronic long-term issues and performance issues, or is it the correct muscles that are going to go ahead and create as much power from these positions as possible and be able to create some longevity with this swing? So for this test, we are in the bridge position. First step is using both feet flat to the ground. Is just coming up into this neutral bridge. So where hips are all the way up, we have this kind of flat line from trunk to hips to quads. From here, we're going to pick one foot to lift up into the air, and we're going to hold this position for 10 seconds. If in this position, when we go to transition, and again, hands should be on your shoulders, not helping you down here. When we make this transition, if the hips start to dip, or if we get a cramp in the hamstrings, then we know we don't have the stability or strength to hold that position for what we would say would be like an adequate amount of time. So we look to see if the hips start to drop, one side dips. This would mean, hey, we don't have the strength stability that we should in the hips. If the hamstring cramps or the low back starts to flare up or starts working, say we feel hamstrings or low back doing the majority of the work, then we know that we have this kind of muscle activation or motor control issue where we're using the wrong muscles to create hip extension and pelvic control instead of what should be the glute muscles doing that work. So we feel right hamstring, low back flaring up, or one or the other. We know we have the wrong activation through there. We're not using the big movers to do the work. Same thing goes for the other side. Test, is there a cramp? Can we not hold for 10 seconds? Are the wrong muscles working, or is there a loss in posture? Then we know, hey, glute extension test or hip extension test was failed, and this is something that we need to work on. Not just getting better at this test, but getting activation of the correct muscles and then teaching to use those muscles to create hip extension and a stable pelvis.